Spartans! What is your profession?
Remembering something that no one else can is a painful thing. You can't talk to anyone about it. No one will understand you. You'll be alone. People need to be needed by someone in order to live. If a person isn't needed, they're worthless. This is the choice of Steins Gate. L. Sai. Kanguru.
The science fiction genre is packed with many different shows that can tackle different concepts because they are fictional. One of the many ideas that this genre tackles is time travel, something that usually makes a story so one-sided that it ruins the idea. When time travel is used, they usually talk about if you change the past, you can change the future, or vice versa. This idea has been used so many times in different styles of media that it usually creates a bland story and characters that are well underdeveloped. However, there sometimes are hidden gems that arise outside of the rubble and create something that is considered to be nearly perfect. What's up, guys? It's Kent from Spartan Media Reviews, here to discuss the anime Steins Gate. Does this show deserve a watch? Let's find out. When I first started Steins Gate, I wondered what all the hype was about. People praised the story like it was flawless, and I wondered why. How can you make a story about time travel and not use the same logic of trying to change the future or past? This was the task that Steins Gate had to overcome. The story of Steins Gate is based off the visual novel of the same name and revolves around the Future Gadget Laboratory and its members, with primary focus on the leader, Okabe Rintaro, an 18-year-old otaku and chunibyo. The Future Gadget Laboratory follows Okabe as he tries to uncover the secrets of the organization, an evil society made up in his mind and other mysterious phenomenon, but mostly they just hang out and enjoy themselves in an apartment that Okabe rents out. One day, Okabe goes to a time-traveling conference with his childhood friend, Shinya Mayuri. Upon arriving at the conference, Okabe meets a girl by the name of Makise Kurisu and believes that he met her before, even though this was not the case. While at the conference, Okabe receives a cryptic message with no idea on what it says, and a few minutes later, hears a scream and finds Miss Kurisu dead in a pool of her own blood. He then sends a text to his super hacker Daru, and suddenly everything starts to change. The building he was just in now has a satellite embedded into it, and the conference was in fact cancelled. Also, the text he just sent was actually received a week ago. With these phenomena occurring, the mysterious journey of time travel then truly begins. Steins Gate's first few initial episodes are a double-edged sword. While they are extremely interesting and engaging as they build upon both the themes of the story and the characters, the pacing is very slow and can definitely turn off some viewers. However, that was not the case for me. After the first couple of episodes, the story then starts to take off and become an extremely enjoyable drama. If you haven't seen the show yet, skip ahead to this timestamp to avoid spoilers, unless you don't care. Welcome to the spoiler part of this review, as we are on another world line. The middle of Steins Gate is where it truly shines. Once all of the D-mails have been sent, the story of time travel then transforms into the mental deterioration of Okabe. With Okabe witnessing Mayuri's death over and over again, the story turns from a lighthearted series having lots of comedy and fun character interactions into a dark atmosphere, which I loved. Having played a large chunk of the visual novel already, they were able to capture those elements beautifully. The ending of Steins Gate was also one of my favorites as well. Having to transform everything back to normal is no small task, but it becomes even more challenging and destructive when you have to make a choice between your childhood friend and the person you love. When Okabe has to figure out how to keep both Mayuri and Kurisu alive, it helped add to the depressive state that Steins Gate already portrayed. It also helped add to Okabe's already impressive character development. The only problem I had with the ending episodes was the idea of Okabe trying to stop the creation of World War III. Personally, this element wasn't needed as it really didn't add anything to the already high stakes that Okabe had to overcome. The romance between Okabe and Kurisu was also a highlight of the series for me as well. It actually felt genuine compared to other romance series that I have seen. Similar to Toradora, both characters start out not really liking each other, but as the story progresses, they interact and find out their true personalities. I also have a little bias towards Makise Kurisu, as she is my favorite female character in anime. Steins Gate uses time travel as a plot device compared to the overall theme of the series, and that is what makes this story shine. Overall, I was very impressed with the story, and it definitely is one of my personal favorites. The cast of Steins Gate, in my opinion, is extremely likable. While the characters' personalities are overused cliches and tropes that other anime series use all the time, the development between them and the story, as well as their interactions with each other, are well done for the most part, with our main character Okabe receiving the most development. Going back into spoiler territory, I love the character development of our main character, Okabe. Obviously, at the beginning, none of the characters really develop as there are no implications from the actions they are doing. However, once the future was changed, Okabe progressed into a mentally destructive state that made it look like he wouldn't recover. While Steins Gate's themes aren't as depressing as series like Welcome to the NHK, it is able to develop its main character's personalities just as well. Even though I'm a huge fan of Makase Kurisu, I would say that our supporting characters are underdeveloped. While a lot of major moments happen to our characters, such as Daru finding out Suzuha is his daughter, Mr. Braun and Moeka being a part of CERN, and Kurisu finding out she may die again if the future is changed, I wish that more development would happen, especially at the beginning. I wasn't the biggest fan of Mayuri as a character. She was probably the most underdeveloped character out of the entire main group and was mostly used as a plot device. Overall, while I love the character interactions and Okabe's character development, I still find the supporting character development to be lackluster. Steins Gate was produced by White Fox. For the most part, the animation and art style look nice. However, in my opinion, it does not come close to the overall art style that the visual novel produces. Considering I watched the series first, then played the visual novel, I felt a bit underwhelmed with what the series produced. With that said, it is by no means bad. I would call the overall animation average. Character designs look good for the most part and portrayed their personalities very well. The opening of the series was probably the best part of the animation for me. Considering there is so much going on during the opening, you'll be watching it multiple times to catch every individual element. The ending in terms of animation is very simple, with it barely having any substance at all. Overall, I like the animation, but it is nothing out of the ordinary. Steins Gate's OST has to be one of my favorites. Each score was able to work with the scenes provided and helped to add to the overall experience. I really like the opening Hacking to the Gate as well. While I don't think it is as good as the visual novel's opening Skyclad Observer, it works with the animation provided and has great replay value. The ending song is only okay in my opinion, and it really didn't add anything to the overall series. When it comes to voice acting, I'm torn on what you should watch the series in. Having started with the anime first, I decided to watch the show in dub. J. Michael Tatum as Okabe was a great choice, and other characters really sounded nice as well. Having then transitioned over to the visual novel, I really like the voices for the characters as well. Personally, I would watch the show in sub, as I believe that it will give you added moments during the story, but the dub is definitely of high quality as well. Now, with everything that I've said, do I recommend Steins Gate? 100% yes. Considering Kurisu is my favorite female character in anime and the series is currently my favorite as well, I couldn't be happier in recommending this series to anyone. With that said, is Steins Gate the greatest anime of all time? No. Steins Gate definitely suffers from being overhyped, and that can definitely ruin the series for many who are starting into it. Steins Gate has an extremely gripping story, but can be slow to begin with, and some may find the characters to be annoying as they are overused in plenty of other series. With that said, I loved every second of this series, and it is definitely a must-watch. I probably will find better anime in the future, but Steins Gate will always have a place on my favorites list. Also, I would definitely try out the visual novel as well, as it expounds upon the story, and in my opinion is better as well in every area compared to the anime. If you are interested in watching Steins Gate, you can watch the series over on Funimation's website, or you can purchase the series on both Blu-ray and DVD on Amazon. Now, what are your thoughts on Steins Gate? Comment below. If you enjoyed this review, hit that like button. I would really appreciate it. You can also subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I would really appreciate that as well. Follow me on Twitter and Hummingbird to keep up to date with the current things that I'm doing. And with all that said, I will catch you guys in my next review. Thank you for watching.
The